When this was a mining community, everybody knew almost what everybody had for dinner. You know, there was that togetherness. As a young man, your experiences you know, of a mine is wonderful. You know, your comradeship. You could always depend on people to help you out if you was in trouble. It was just wonderful.
I was 21 when the pit shut, and how many years ago was that? Like 1968? It's not far off 40 years. And it seems to have gone like that. My memories are so vivid of being down there. And it was exciting at times as well down there, you know. I thought tonight was really brilliant. My thoughts walking down with the kids with their lanterns, I haven't seen that many people on that road since Ifton Colliery closed in 1968, when obviously between shifts lots of people were on that road going down to work, coming from there.
Lantern Light fits into the interpretation project because it's about a community that have a story that they want to tell. It's about their community history as a mining community, and their special feelings they have towards this place, Ifton Meadows.
As an ex-miner, someone who actually worked the last shift at Ifton Colliery, I was delighted to see some of the themes that was there tonight. There was tubs, which we used to call tubs. Those are the things that used to carry the coal. It was just wonderful. It's brought it back to this village as it is a mining village, and hopefully it will remain a mining village.
This event this evening has been a culmination of 2.5 years of working within the community. We've garnered enthusiasm, and the response to the workshops was phenomenal. You know, people were practically queuing to get in to make these lanterns. Having seen and heard about the lanterns, we had more people on the subsequent weekend. And so tonight really is the culmination of all that hard work and opening up the site to people's awareness. And, you know, I expect people to come along tonight and never to have been to this site before, but from this event their eyes have been opened and to the, you know, the amazing history and the beautiful tranquility of the nature reserve.
It's about involving the people themselves, how they want their local history interpreted. It's very exciting, it's very new, it's not panels and leaflets, it's not dry, it's about getting people really involved in their past and their history and the way that they want it interpreted.
If someone will go and get your lantern, if you say what name you put on it, because they put them all in alphabetical order, you'll light them at the table. We've been here for the 2 weekends leading up to this weekend, doing lantern workshops in the community centre. Met loads of fantastic people, had lots of nice conversations. A lot of the inspiration has come from the writing produced by the writer in residence, and a lot of the work they've done in schools and within the wider community.
Harry, look at this one in the corner there.
The workshops were a terrific lot of fun. We thought we were going to make something about this big and it would all be done within an hour or so. In fact, it was such a lot of fun. We spent 5 hours and produced an enormous fish. We got carried away and it was good teamwork, and it was something that Naomi had designed anyway, so we decided to get on and make it.
Workshops were really good fun, and everyone really seemed to come along and make a lantern. When we actually walked with the lanterns, everything was dark, so you couldn't really see people, and it just looked like there were lanterns floating everywhere, and it was really magical.
This is really, really great!
The kids, all the small kids, were really excited about the whole thing. But more to the point, I think everybody in the village was there. There were people in wheelchairs, the vicar was there, everybody that we know in the village was there. Some people came from other villages as well, which was really nice. But as we turned down the lanes where there are no lights, it just looked fantastic. You could see all the lanterns ahead. It looked like something out of The Hobbit, really. All these wonderful glows ahead of you. And then when we got to the actual site and they grouped all the lanterns in little small groups about the site, it looked like little pixie parliaments. It was just lovely, really. The whole thing was really exciting.
But what we're trying to do is use fire and fireworks in an artistic way, and also to be able to tell a story. The house, in a sense, represents St Martins. The little fire in front of the house will be picked up, put in a wheelbarrow, and that will be then used to illuminate, in a sense, a little bit of the prehistory, some of the plants that were originally here in prehistoric times that then went to make up the coal. Then we move on, the land started to be inhabited. It was an agricultural area, so just a little brief glimpse of that. Obviously one of the major things from St Martins was the fact that there was a colliery here. So over here we've got a variety of, again, of shadow images related to the coal stories, and we've got a sort of pit head winding wheel in fire, etc. And then hopefully, in a sense, what's happened in the present day, that it's now a meadows, that it's been taken back over by wildlife, that the skylarks that are in the area. So that is the sort of linear narrative throughout the show.
I think a lot of us know people from, I suppose, different parts of our lives in the village, perhaps from the school or the youth club or something like that. But it seemed to cut across all those divides. People were just wandering back and forth, joining different groups, having chats with different groups of people, just really excited and really looking forward to see what was going on, talking about the sort of things that might be about to happen. Having said that, no one expected it was going to be quite like it was, because no one had ever seen anything like that before.
It comes down to what people feel is important about that community. Their mining heritage hasn't gone away just because the pit has. It's still really important to them. And it's difficult, or it can be difficult, to get down to those very essences of what people feel.
The whole idea of this event today was to celebrate the site becoming a local nature reserve. It's gone full circle from where it was originally. And when I'm actually on that site, I can remember working down there. I can remember men that's been killed down there. There are men in the village and surrounding villages that work down there that are suffering from chronic diseases now. So you think of all that, and then you think of what it is now. All this nature, we've got the skylarks come back. It's fantastic. And I just can't find the words really to say how pleased I am to see it. To see all those lanterns was fantastic. It was beautiful. And, well, I can't really describe it properly. And give me a warm feeling.
It would be really horrible to work in the mine. And, yeah, it would be really dark and wet and cold.
We always remember at school, if we read something, it went in one ear and quite possibly out the other. But if you're involved, as these people were at this event, it makes them part of it. It makes them feel that they really know what happened. And that carries on, and it has a knock-on effect, because they tell their friends and family. And in the future, they will tell their children. And they'll all have a real understanding of what the past means in that area.
Made me reflect, really, particularly because the night was so cold, how horrible the conditions must have been down there, because many times they must have been in conditions much colder than that, coming out cold and wet and dirty. And we don't really think about that often. I think when we go to we know it as the pit mound, but I don't think we often think about that actual side of it when we go down there. And it's very fundamental to this village, because it is a mining village. A lot of the houses, I believe, were established by the mine. There's still the Miners' Institute that lots of people attend regularly. So it's just a reminder of what we're all about, really. It's not just another village in the countryside. It's definitely a mining village with mining personality about it.
There's things like this that do actually pull people together. And, yeah, and I value every one of them, I've got to be quite honest, because you know, as I said earlier, they are all part of this village. And by tonight, they're certainly playing their part in this village.